Hello friends, welcome to Squared Plans. I'm Stephanie and today we're going to be setting up our health planners for the next week in September. And I've got this washi tape here ready to go, as well as my foam memo printer which I use to print my stat stickers, and this sticker book which I'll pull from. Okay, so this week I do have a bit of a plan going in, which has been out of the norm for me. Normally I don't really have a solid plan as I start building out these spreads. But this week I really wanted to use this teacher floral sticker book that I got at Michael's just recently. It was 60% off. All of the back to school is 60% off right now. So if you are looking for some new sticker books to add to your stash from that back to school line, this is the time I would say to get it if you haven't already. So it was only $8. I thought that was a pretty good deal, especially because I'm really loving the florals in this book. I almost got two, but I just had to restrain myself because I was like, I don't need to. I just got the one, and so that is what I'll be using on this spread primarily. It's going to be a one sticker book spread, I think, for the whole design, which is nice because then you don't have to figure out if you have the books and yada yada yada. Okay, so what I just did was white out at the very bottom box layer so that I can put some decor there at the bottom. And now I've laid down some wax paper over top so that I can start laying down stickers and kind of figure out how exactly the design is going to go. Since this sticker book is brand new to me, I really don't know what's in there, so there's going to be a lot of me back and forth flipping around in the pages just trying to see what I have and in what colors, see what might work within this health format that this book really isn't made for. This is made for the teacher layout, so a lot of the boxes are either extra big or a different size than what you normally would find in a classic, which is fine. They all work out, as you'll see. And some of them, it's nice that they're a little bit bigger or longer, like that strip I just pulled. Because normally the strips from the classic size books don't quite fill the nutrition section of my health planner printable. So this is nice that it has a nice long, extra big strip that I can use there, and I just can trim off the very top and it will fit perfect. I've also pulled in a few boxes there in the sidebar that I'll use for my habit trackers, and you'll see how I'll do that in a bit. Pulled in a header there as well for my sidebar, just so I can have a little marker for where I'm going to put in my goals. And just trying to figure out what else I have in here and how I'm going to build it out. I did pull some washi to go on this spread, but as I started flipping through the book, I really was leaning into the blue-green tones that seem to be on some of these florals, and I really didn't want to add in more color, like more pinks or purples. I just wanted to stick with those blue, teal feels. So the washi tape I pulled just was not going to work with that. It would have been better on a more warm colored palette, I think. But with the blues and the teals, there really just wasn't enough to match up with the washi. So I pulled in a quote sticker there for Saturday, since that's my rest day, and then I pulled in the rest of those long strip stickers to put in my food log for some added color and more of that watercolor floral feel. And now I'm getting into the decor section of this design, which will be focused down here at the bottom, which is why I whited it out. I just wanted to have a nice clean palette there at the bottom. And originally I thought it was going to be more of like a full floral spread across the bottom, but now that I'm looking at it and I've got like that little highlight of the floral at the corner in the top left, and then that other floral with the quote kind of top right, it really lent itself to be more of a triangular design with the decor. So having something centered at the bottom was really, I think, the best way to balance the spread without making it too overwhelming. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to focus in here on the bottom for the decor and just try to figure out how I can make a little floral cluster there for something to look at, catch the eye, but to not be too distracting as well from the rest of the layout. And I'm leaning in for these arrows here. The reason I'm using them is because I really don't think there would be another place where I would bring these in. And I can see myself putting like cardio or lift inside of them and then denoting what exercise I'm actually doing on that day next to it in the white space. So that'll be how I'll track my workouts. That's what I'm envisioning for those. And then I'll put in my stat stickers there in the center, which is normally at the bottom, but this time, like I said, I'm going to do kind of that bottom decor, so the stats will go there in the middle. And since the stats stickers that I have are kind of plain, I just thought it'd be nice to add a little bit more of this color in, and thought I would bring in a few strips, just kind of cut down from one of those longer strips that I have, since again, it's not something that I will be able to use much, I think, outside of like a health spread. I don't see myself really using those on a horizontal, so we'll see how this all plays out. So I think I have a pretty good idea of how I want this to go, so I'm going to start moving things over and get the overall feels of the design kind of set. I'm going to start off by creating those habit trackers I mentioned in those boxes I pulled. I'm using my Line It Up, Check It Off stencil, which I grabbed many years ago when I first started Happy Planning. Pretty hard to find now, but if I have a link, I'll put it down in the description below, and check there for anything else that I'm using here on the spread as I do the design. I try to link in all of the products that I use whenever I have a link for them. So I just used that Lined It Up, Check It Off stencil and used the 4 circles on its side and then shifted a little bit and then used the other 3. And that makes a perfect little 7-row circle setup so that I can habit track Monday through Sunday. So I'll do that, and then I left space above it so I can actually write in what I'll be tracking. And then I moved in the top half of the sidebar already with that floral and header. And just did a little trimming and saved that trimming, reused it there next to the flower. And now I'm putting in the food log stickers that I pulled, or the nutrition stickers, and I'm using my stencil there just for a little bit of a buffer so that those stickers don't stick down to the space where I want to cut them. So I'm just kind of using that as a straight line to do a nice cut and trim those to size. We're going to do the same thing here on the stats area with those skinny strips I cut out, and I'm going to bring in that little added bit of color there. It's subtle, but I really think that little extra bit helps just bring this spread to life a bit more and ties those stat stickers in, I think, a little better. Having them there next to the strip and then right above those thicker strips almost makes it look continuous going up the page. So the stat headers actually look like they are part of the thick line, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like the balance of it feels right with that little added strip of blue. And now I'm moving over those arrows. My workout regimen is going to change next week. I have a pretty intense class that I'm starting on Tuesday, the day after Labor Day, and will be from Monday through Wednesday each week. So my workouts, I don't know what's going to happen there. I'm a little bit afraid actually, because I just don't know how I'm going to fit in a workout Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Maybe I'll do some cycling at my desk. I don't know. That's my best guess right now, or something. We're gonna have to figure something out. But for now, I have Monday that I can do my 2 workouts, and then I just put in 1 arrow for Tuesday and Wednesday, since again, I'm not sure what my workout is going to look like on those days. And I am adding in the rest of the strips now on the right-hand side of the page. And that one ripped, so I was a little bit sad about that, but I'll reuse it for the remaining stat sticker strips that I need, those little skinny strips. That way, you know, I don't have to worry about trying to match up the 2 torn sticker pieces, and then use that for the strips, and yeah, all will be well. So here you can see me again cutting down the strip and using it for those skinny strips next to the stats. And I do like to save pieces. You never know when they might come in handy. So I will put those other pieces that I'm not using back onto the sticker book for the next spread I do using this color scheme. And then just positioning this guy in here, kind of trying to vary the colors a bit. And then I'll drop in the rest of these stat stickers. This one I did a little bit too high, but it was too late once I laid it down, so I just left it. It's not too noticeable, I don't think. And those look good. So now to the very last part of this, I will put down that decor. I just need to figure out how to lay it in. I will be trimming and reusing those trimmings, so I'm going to start by rolling this off the wax paper, and I want to make sure the positioning is just right so that I have the right balance there at the bottom. And the pages were a little bit apart, so I want them butted right up against each other for when I make the cut. And I'll slide those off. That one got a little bubble in it when I tried to lay it down, so I just needed to make an adjustment. And luckily, these stickers do not stick down super hard, so I was able to make that adjustment pretty easily. And here you can see me trimming them out and saving those trimmings that I'll be reusing. Really helps your stickers go a long way when you save the trimmings and then reuse them to make your spreads even more full. Sometimes things can look a little disjointed, but adding in those bits and pieces helps to unify a section of, you know, florals or whatever decor you're using that allows for that trimming integration to take place. It's one of the things I really like to do. It saves you stickers and also just enhances your design that much more. So I trimmed out the hole so that I could easily put this back in my planner, and I used my precision cutter for that. That'll be in the description below under my favorite things because I use it all the time. And here I was trying to figure out how to kind of balance this other side, and it just was not looking right with just the leaves I had there on the wax paper. So I'm going to make an adjustment and bring this in. And then maybe use one of these trimmings next to it. And once I settle on that, you guys, we will be done, friends. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up down below. Go ahead and leave me a comment if you'd like to get in touch. And think about subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, if you'd like to see more of my videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you next time. Bye.